Alright, everybody. I've been waiting for the Spy Night to come out for some time now because when I first saw the trailer, I'm thinking this is going to be a new version of Fire and Ice. This is going to be a new version of heavy metal. Not so much heavy metal, but I could see the Fire and Ice in the movie. Definitely a little bit of Fire and Ice. Also got some tones of The Witcher. Also got tones of old PC games like Ultima and Icewind Dale and stuff like that. So you got that element, you got that animation that definitely reminds you of Fire and Ice. It's not exactly like a sequel to Fire and Ice or anything like that. It's its own movie. Basically, it's about this swamp witch who has her own tribe in the woods, and then she gets captured by this little keep, and they keep her captive. And this scholar guy shows up, steals her powers, and turns it evil and starts to march across the villages, burning them down with this power called the Bloom. It's this little blue flower we see in the trailers. It's what the Swamp Witch is wearing. It gives her these powers, and he turns the powers bad, and he starts the necromancy powers of and that's where all the gore comes in with the skeletons and the burning bodies and all the skeletons and the fantasy elements of it's like an RPG movie, PC movie. I would definitely like to see more of this. There was the cast, I think, is Lucy Lawless is in there, Peyton Oswalt is in there. I really hope they decide to make more of these movies because I don't know, it looked like they meticulously made every frame with the rotoscoping, just like they did with Fire and Ice. I don't know how long it took them to make it. Might have took them a while to make this, so I don't know how many of these we're going to get because it looked like it took them a lot of time to make it. But definitely, it's a very magical movie. Definitely recommend it. It's on Shudder, but it wasn't that long either. It was like an hour and 30 minutes. Honestly, if you like shows like Castlevania, I or The Witcher, Castlevania, it reminded me of parts of Castlevania because it reminded me of basically it's not incredibly slow pace. It starts a little bit slow, like a pop boiler. That's what they call episodes of like Game of Thrones. The filler episodes of Game of Thrones where they're just sitting around the fire and talking about fantasy stuff. But there's cool gore to it. It gets really rated R at times. There is nudity. There is a lot of blood. There's a lot of like burning skeletons and guts, being people getting chopped up. Honestly, like if you like the medieval times and the fantasy elements like that, you're gonna want to see this because it does end with a really cool kind of like Lord of the Rings steampunk type of battle at the end. So it goes into these old gods where the powers of the flower come from, and it's these old gods, and they resonate these flower powers, and it's just ultimately I gave it a 5 out of 5 because like there's not anything like it. Like I know there's movies like Fire and Ice, but this is new. This is like it looks pristine. It looks really good. So yeah, 5 out of 5. You might not like it. If you don't like the genre itself, it might be kind of a slog. But honestly, it felt really lots of necromancy and fantasy, and so yeah, I would check this out on Shutter because it was awesome. Spine and Night.